I realized that these videos of my mom's health crisis are not easy to watch, and they're not our usual soothing farm life content. We will get back to that. In this video, the health crisis continues, but I take a much needed break from all of that with a trip to our first homestead in Oregon City. Let me just say thank you to Wendy. She did a great job taking care of the animals while I was gone. What a roller coaster we have been on as a family. It's been a few more days. I think I mentioned my mom was being released from the ICU. On the second day of her being on a different floor of the hospital, she was deemed medically stable enough to be released. From where she was to where she is now, it looks like a miracle to me. These photos go by pretty fast. Feel free to pause and rewind if you want to really absorb the transformation. I've talked with my mom about sharing these images. Showing them is the best way to illustrate the real miracle of her recovery. Mom's first big decision to make for herself was a choice between inpatient rehab or a skilled nursing facility. IPR would mean about a week to 10 days of recovery. The skilled nursing facility would be a month or maybe more. Mom chose the inpatient option. I am very much encouraged by the progress of her physical therapy. Her coordination and movement all seems to be there. She's just very weak. I think that she really can have a full recovery on that front. Just yesterday, Mom had her first thorough cognitive assessment. I sat in on it. The results were not encouraging. I was surprised. I'm not an expert, so I can't make any real judgments at this point. I have to hope for the best. Okay, since I'm back in Oregon, I needed a break, and coming back to the original homestead, Ivy Acres Homestead here. It's a beautiful day to see it. It's kind of fun to see what's changed, what's the same. You want to introduce yourself?
Kendall.
Kendall. You're the gardener, right?
Kind of.
All right.
The first year when we moved in, I planned the garden, like did a bunch of research. I don't have a green thumb. I'm trying to force a green thumb. Like laid out, like learned about like friend and foe plants and what to plant together. I mapped out as color coded. And then the next year, I was like, we're gonna embrace a little bit more chaos, and we're just gonna kind of put things in certain places. And we haven't started the garden yet this year, but we've got still a bunch of seeds and stuff, and I'm excited to go down to the Wilco and stuff and go start picking up a bunch more. Experiment, see what works. Yeah, we started expanding it a little bit, seeing if anything would take. It's working. Yeah, just kind of playing with it. Great, great. Well, I want to see how the chickens are doing too, so we'll take a look at that before too long. Yeah. All right, thanks. Here's the chickens. Hello, chickens. Yeah, that rooster's doing well over there, and the same waterers and everything. He likes that water for sure. Yeah, he's partial to it. Please tell us, everybody, who you are.
My name's Beth, homeowner. I bought the house from Brian. Kendall, my wife, and I did, and that's who I am.
All right.
And we
all
love
right.
it still.
Yeah, we're checking things out here. It's kind of fun to walk down memory lane.
Yeah.
We transplanted this tree here. I'm glad to see it's still
Oh,
alive.
Nice. Okay.
That's good.
It does well. It hasn't grown yet. It's interesting to see what grows first and what kind of takes a while.
Yeah.
These ones take a while, which is interesting, but
Mhm.
everything else has kind of flourished already, which is really nice.
Yeah, well, the place looks remarkably like it did before. So,
Good. Okay. Good.
so far, at least.
This is kind of what I was, so yeah, there's the pipe, wherever the end of it
Yep,
came,
yep.
right? So you can see the soil has eroded.
Sure.
I'm very worried about it. We've had a couple steps come up and I've had to replace. And then the mud, I kind of left some of it because I was curious. I wanted to see what you thought about it, but come on, who's up? Oh, here's some trillium.
Yeah.
So this area here, this part of the hillside definitely in one of the rainstorms kind of slid away.
Okay.
Super worried about it. I don't know if I should put in a retaining wall anywhere. Had you ever thought about needing to do that?
I haven't, but I didn't have that much of an issue with it.
Okay.
Of course, everything was just ivy before I pulled that out, and those roots probably did hold things together a little more than things are being held together right now.
Sure. Okay.
But
trees are doing well.
Yeah.
Your trees that you planted in the boxes.
Yeah, I'm gonna check those out.
Yeah.
This
Here's one of
tree stump nurse log trees. Look, just a whole bunch of trees over there that have come down. I mean, it's a natural process out here, of course. But yeah, boy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
We get some great mushrooms on them. It's been very fun.
Yeah, yeah.
That's true.
Okay, I gotta go see the tree down here, the stump nurse log tree.
Would you ever cut them up down here and haul them up?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, because that's my plan.
Yeah, I'd cut them up and use them to line the bank. That's a lot of times what I do.
Okay. Even ones that big?
If you can move them.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of my...
I mean, I got underneath some of them and did like a push-up to pull them out of the ground and swivel them around,
Okay.
But I was kind of crazy.
Yeah,
I was kind of crazy.
I called a couple friends, talked to some coworkers. I was like, you guys are going to have to help me with some of these trees that came down because I am not going to be able to do that on my own unless if I cut them up right here into
as firewood.
Firewood, right. That's the only thing I can think of, but... You can see how wide, this looks great.
At this, it's still alive.
Yeah, it looks fantastic, I think.
So good to see.
Yeah. The box, that had some trouble in the rainstorms, as you can see.
I'm not too worried about the box. By the time it disintegrates, it'll be time to get rid of the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's big enough. I kind of had that same thought. It's like big enough, it doesn't really need it so much anymore.
Yeah, I'm just looking inside a little.
We had some good mushrooms in there too.
Yeah. Really good mushrooms.
Very fun.
You might think about putting some compost in there.
Okay.
Just in case the roots want to get up a little bit around the trunk.
That makes sense.
That's
okay.
Not something that's critical, but kind of. I like to see a nice full bin that I built so that the roots can go where they want.
Yeah, okay.
I am so happy to report that it looks like all of the stump nurse log trees are alive. This one is the one I was the most afraid of. It just doesn't have a whole lot of soil in there to work with, and it's kind of high up off the ground, so maybe a little more susceptible to drying out, but it's thriving. That's good to see. Today was my last day with my mom. The 2.5 weeks here went by pretty fast. It's sad to say goodbye, but I am looking forward to getting home. They're actually discharging my mom from the inpatient therapy at the hospital in just a couple days. She's still going to need 24/7 family supervision for a few weeks at least. In my opinion, they are discharging her too soon. She really can't do anything on her own yet. We know that it's not very realistic for her to go back to living where she was because of stairs at that place that are just going to be too hard for her to navigate. Long-term plans are yet to be determined. I suppose it wouldn't be a healthcare adventure without complaining about health insurance. These days, health insurance seems to decide what healthcare is provided. My mom will get some in-home therapy before graduating to outpatient therapy, so it's going to be a progression. Mom's full recovery to live independently is not certain at this point. Right now, she's being taken care of by her sister Vicky for a couple of weeks. Then she and her other sister Pam are going to go to their annual Oregon Coast retreat. After that, we may be looking at having Mom come out to live with us for an indeterminate length of time. Thanks for watching. Remember, your dreams are closer than the moon. Thanks for taking this trip around the moon with us.